Tell me honestly when someone asks, "What's your daily routine?" Do you freeze for a moment? You know exactly what you do every single day, but when it's time to say it in English, the words just don't come out. It feels so simple, yet so hard, right? Don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, I'll show you how to talk about your daily routine easily, step by step, and sound confident while doing it. Stay with me till the end, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll be very happy to help you. So, my friends, let's begin this journey together. Chapter 1. Why talking about your daily routine is so important. Learning English can feel very hard sometimes. There are so many words, so many rules, so many tenses. You start to think, where do I even begin? Many learners feel lost. They study for months, but when it's time to speak, they get stuck. They know what to say in their mind, but their tongue does not move. Maybe you feel this way too, and that is completely okay. You are not alone. Every English learner in the world feels like this at the start. But here's something most people don't realize. The easiest and most powerful way to start speaking English confidently is to talk about your daily routine. Why? Because your daily routine is your real life. It is something you already know very well. You don't need to think or translate much. You know when you wake up, what you eat, when you go to work, how you study, and when you go to sleep. These are real moments from your day. When you speak about them, your words come naturally. You are not trying to remember a difficult grammar rule or a new fancy word. You are just talking about yourself. And that is the most natural way to learn any language. Think about children. How do they learn their first language? They don't learn by reading grammar books. They learn by talking about what they see and do every day. They say, I eat, I play, I sleep. That's how fluency begins. You can do the same in English. When you talk about your daily routine, you are building your fluency step by step, just like a child learns to speak. Many learners think fluency means speaking fast, but that is not true. Fluency means being comfortable. It means being able to express yourself without fear. And your daily routine gives you that comfort. When you describe your day in English, you start to connect your real life with the English language. That connection makes English a part of you. It becomes more natural and less like a school subject. I know some of you might feel shy. You may think your daily routine is boring. You may ask, why should I talk about it? But that's not true. Your daily life is not boring. It is full of small moments that show who you are, how you start your morning, how you prepare for work or school, how you spend your evening. These moments are your story. When you share them, you are not just learning English. You are learning how to express yourself, your habits, and your emotions. Talking about your daily routine also helps you build confidence. Every time you speak, even for a few minutes, your brain gets stronger. It remembers patterns and structures. You start to use verbs naturally: wake up, brush, eat, go, work, study, sleep. These simple verbs become your tools. You can use them every day, everywhere, and slowly, your mind begins to think in English. Think about how often people ask you about your daily life. What do you do every day? When do you wake up? How do you spend your time? These are common questions in conversations, in interviews, even in exams. So when you can talk about your daily routine easily, you can communicate in many real-life situations. That is the power of this simple topic. It is not just a practice exercise. It is the foundation of all real conversation. Now, imagine this. You are in front of someone, maybe a new friend or a teacher. They ask you, "Can you tell me about your daily routine?" This time, you smile. You don't panic. You know what to say. You start to speak naturally. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I have breakfast. Then I go to school. Your voice sounds confident. The person in front of you listens and nods. You feel proud. That feeling, that small victory, is how confidence grows. Once you start, you can make it richer. You can add details like feelings, times, reasons. You can say, "I wake up at 7 because I like to start my day early," or drink coffee before I work because it helps me feel fresh. These small sentences make your speech interesting and full of life. And guess what? You don't need to memorize big grammar books to do that. You only need to practice small, real sentences every day. When you talk about your daily routine often, your brain begins to create a rhythm. The words start to come automatically. You stop translating from your native language. That is when you know your English is improving. The best part is, you can practice this anytime. While brushing your teeth, you can think in English. When walking to work, describe what you see in English. It becomes your habit, and habits create fluency. So, talking about your daily routine is not only a topic, it is your personal practice ground. It helps you build your English muscles. Every time you talk about your day, you are training your brain to think, connect, and speak faster. Over time, you'll notice that other topics become easier too. You will be able to talk about your hobbies, your plans, your goals, all because you first learned how to talk about your daily life. And here's something beautiful. When you talk about your daily routine, you are also learning self-discipline. You start to notice how you spend your time. You understand your habits better. You may even want to improve your day. So this small English practice helps not just your language, but your life. Remember, every big thing starts small. Fluency starts with a few simple sentences. Don't wait for the perfect time or perfect grammar. Start today. Speak about your day, even if you make mistakes. Mistakes are not a problem. They are proof that you are learning. Every time you speak, you are one step closer to the confident English speaker you want to become. Now, you understand why talking about your daily routine is so powerful. It connects you with the language, builds your confidence, and helps you speak naturally. In the next part, we'll begin learning the real words and phrases you can use to describe your day easily. Stay with me, because this is where your English speaking journey truly begins. Chapter 2: Building Your Daily Routine Vocabulary. Now that you understand why talking about your daily routine is so powerful, let's start learning the real words you need. Vocabulary is the heart of any language. Without words, you can't speak. But here's the good news. You don't need hundreds of new words to talk about your daily life. You just need a few strong, simple ones that you can use again and again. Think about your day from morning to night. You wake up, you eat, you go somewhere, you work or study. You relax and you sleep. That's your daily rhythm. And to describe it, you only need a small set of action words or verbs. For example, wake up, brush, wash, eat, drink, go, work, study, come back, watch, sleep. Just by learning these few verbs, you can already build your own small story in English. Let's start with the morning. You can say, I wake up at 7. Then, I get up and brush my teeth. Next, I take a shower. I get dressed. I have breakfast. These sentences are short, easy, and true for almost everyone. You can practice them every day while doing those actions. When you open your eyes in the morning, say in English, I wake up. When you brush your teeth, say, I brush my teeth. When you drink your tea or coffee, say, I drink tea. This is how your mind starts to connect English with real life. Now let's move to the middle of your day. After breakfast, most people go to school, college, or work. You can say, I go to school or I go to work. When you reach there, you can say, I study or I work. You can also use words like read, write, listen, learn, meet, talk, and use. For example, I read my books. I listen to my teacher. I talk to my friends. These words are very simple, but they help you speak about many real moments of your day. When your work or school time finishes, you return home. You can say, I come back home. Then maybe you relax. You can say, I watch TV. I listen to music. I use my phone. I play games. I take a rest potential. Each of these words shows a real action you do in your free time. And remember, you can make them stronger by adding small details. For example, I watch TV in the evening, or I play games after dinner. At night, your day ends. You can say, I have dinner. I brush my teeth. I go to bed. I sleep at 10. That's it, your full day in English, made of simple sentences. When you start learning new vocabulary, don't try to memorize a big list. Your brain doesn't like that. It gets tired and confused. Instead, learn through your real actions. Speak the words while you do them. This way, your brain remembers faster. It's called active learning. For example, while eating, say, I'm eating. While walking, say, I'm walking. While studying, say, I'm studying. You are not only learning English, you are living it. Another good tip is to learn one new word each day and use it 3 times in your speech. Let's say the new word is cook. You can say, I cook breakfast. I cook dinner with my family. I like to cook on weekends. This makes the word stay in your memory. You can also use pictures to learn better. Draw or imagine your daily routine as a small story. For example, a picture of you waking up, brushing, eating, working, relaxing, and sleeping. Look at each image and say the sentence in English. This visual method helps your brain remember the words for a long time. One mistake many learners make is trying to speak like native speakers too soon. They want to use big, complex words, but that only makes them feel stuck. Start small. Simple English is powerful. When you speak clearly, people understand you easily. The goal is communication, not perfection. If you forget a word, don't stop. Use another simple word or show with your hands. The important thing is to keep speaking. Your confidence will grow with each small step. Remember, every fluent speaker once started with small words like eat, woot, yim, fleep, him. Also, try to connect your vocabulary with time words. This helps you speak more naturally. You can use words like usually, sometimes, every day, in the morning, at night. For example, I usually wake up at 6. I sometimes go for a walk in the evening. I eat breakfast every day. These time words make your sentences sound real and organized. If you can, write your daily routine in a small notebook. Don't worry about mistakes. Write what you do in the morning, afternoon, and night. Then read it aloud. This will train both your speaking and writing skills. You can even record yourself speaking. When you listen to your own voice, you will hear your progress. You will also notice which words you need to improve. It's okay if you make grammar mistakes. Don't stop yourself because of them. Remember, mistakes mean movement. The more you speak, the faster you learn. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. It's about expressing yourself in a language that is new to you. With these small daily actions, your English will grow naturally. You'll start to think in English. You'll wake up and your mind will already say, I wake up. You'll eat and think, I'm eating breakfast. That is how fluency begins, not in the classroom, but in your daily life. When you start using your daily routine words, you'll notice something amazing. You'll feel a sense of progress. You'll realize that English is not just a subject, it's a living skill. It's part of you, and that feeling will keep you motivated. So, your task now is simple. Think about your day, write your routine, and speak it in English. Use your new vocabulary again and again. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice with a friend. Practice alone. Every time you say a word, it becomes a part of you. Now, you've built a strong foundation with vocabulary. You know the key words to describe your day clearly and easily. But words alone are not enough. To sound natural, you must learn how to connect them smoothly and make your speech flow like a story. That's what we'll explore next in Chapter 3. Stay with me. The next step will take your English to the next level. Chapter 3. How to connect your sentences smoothly. Now that you know many words to describe your daily routine, it's time to take the next big step. You will learn how to connect your sentences. This step is very important because it makes your English sound smooth and natural. Many beginners speak in small broken sentences. They say, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, I go to school. The sentences are correct, but they sound like a list. Real English is not a list. It's a flow. It's like a small story that moves from one idea to the next. When you connect your sentences, your English becomes alive. It sounds beautiful and natural. It also helps people understand you better. So, let's learn how to do it in a simple and easy way. The first and most useful words for connecting are small ones like then, after that, next, later, before, finally, and usually. These are called linking words. They are very simple, but they make a big difference. Let's look at an example. Instead of saying, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, you can say, I wake up and then I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. Can you feel the change? The meaning is the same, but the sentence flows better. It sounds more like how real people speak. You can use these words to tell your story step by step. I wake up at 7, then I brush my teeth. After that, I take a shower. Next, I have breakfast. Finally, I go to school. It feels like you are walking someone through your day. They can imagine what you are doing, one step at a time. Here's another secret. You don't always need to say I again and again. English sounds smoother when you combine ideas. For example, instead of saying I get up, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, you can say I get up, brush my teeth, and take a shower. 3 actions, 1 sentence, and it sounds natural. When you learn to connect your sentences, you start to sound more fluent. And fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about connecting your thoughts easily. You don't need to rush. Speak slowly and clearly, but make your sentences flow together. You can also use small words like because so, but, and to connect ideas. These are called joining words. For example, I wake up early because I like to exercise. I go to bed late because I watch movies. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. I eat breakfast and listen to music. These short connecting words help you explain reasons and show relationships between ideas. Let's build a small example together. I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth. I go for a walk. I come home. I take a shower. I eat breakfast. I go to work. Now let's make it smooth. I usually wake up at 6. After that, I brush my teeth and go for a walk. When I come home, I take a shower and have breakfast. Then I go to work. Do you see how this version sounds more natural and clear? This is the magic of connecting words. When you speak, try to imagine your day like a movie. The scene should move naturally from one to another. Each connecting word is like a bridge between your thoughts. It helps your listener travel smoothly through your story. One more thing to remember. Practice speaking out loud. Your mouth and brain must learn to move together. Don't just read these sentences. Say them. Feel the rhythm. English has a soft flow. It's not only about words, but also about how you say them. When you pause too much or stop after every word, it feels broken. When you connect smoothly, it feels confident and alive. If you make a mistake while speaking, don't stop. Just keep going. Even native speakers make small mistakes. What matters is the connection of ideas. The more you practice, the better your brain will get at linking thoughts automatically. You can also use time words to make your speech sound organized. For example, in the morning, I wake up early. In the afternoon, I study. In the evening, I relax. These time phrases help your listener follow your story easily. You can also add words like sometimes, usually, always, and never to make your sentences sound natural. I usually drink coffee in the morning. I sometimes go for a walk in the evening. I never skip breakfast. These small details make your English sound like real conversation. Here's a small exercise you can do today. Write your daily routine as a short paragraph, but this time, connect the sentences. Don't make it a list. Write it like a story. For example, I usually wake up at 6 in the morning. After that, I brush my teeth and take a shower. Then I have breakfast and get ready for work. I start work at 9 and finish around 5. When I come back home, I relax for some time and then have dinner. Finally, I go to bed at 10. This short story uses simple words, but it sounds natural and fluent. If you practice this every day, soon you will not need to think about connecting words. They will come automatically. You'll start to say things like after that vision you fall without effort. That is a big sign of progress. It means you are not just learning English, you are starting to think in English. Sometimes when people listen to you speak, they don't remember your grammar. They remember your flow and confidence. So don't worry too much about mistakes. Focus on connection, not perfection. Each time you connect your sentences smoothly, you build confidence. You begin to feel proud of your progress. You start to enjoy speaking English. That joy is what keeps you going. Remember, learning a language is not only about rules. It's about expression. It's about sharing your life, your habits, your story. And when you can connect your story naturally, you start to sound like a real English speaker. Now take a deep breath. You've come far. You know your daily routine words, and now you can connect them beautifully. But we're not done yet. In the next chapter, you'll learn how to make your daily routines sound interesting and personal. You'll discover how to add your feelings, thoughts, and small details that make your English sound alive. So, stay with me. The next part will make your speech shine even more. Chapter 4. Make your daily routine interesting and personal. You've already learned how to describe your daily routine. You know the words, you know how to connect your sentences. That's great progress. But now, let's make your English come alive. Let's make your daily routine sound more interesting, more personal, more you. Sometimes when learners talk about their daily routine, it sounds too plain. They say, I wake up, I eat, I go to work, I sleep. It's correct, but it feels empty. It doesn't show who you are or how you feel. Remember, English is not just about saying what you do. It's also about expressing what you feel, what you like, what you dislike, and what makes your day special. That's what makes your English sound real. Let's start with feelings. You can make any simple sentence more interesting by adding emotion. Instead of just saying, I drink coffee in the morning, you can say, I love drinking coffee in the morning. It helps me feel awake. See the difference? One sentence gives information, the other one tells a story. People enjoy listening to stories, not lists. You can use feeling words like love, like enjoy, hate, prefer, need, want, and try. For example, I love waking up early. I enjoy taking a walk in the park. I hate being late. I prefer studying in the morning. I need some quiet time before I start work. These small words make your daily routine sound more natural and full of emotion. You can also add reasons to your sentences. This makes your speech deeper and more meaningful. You can use the word because. For example, I wake up early because I like the quiet morning air. I read books at night because it helps me relax. I go for a walk because it makes me happy. These small reasons show your personality. They help people understand you, not just your routine. You can also talk about your habits and small details. These make your story feel real. You can say, sometimes I forget to have breakfast because I'm in a hurry, or I always listen to music while getting ready, or I often check my phone before sleeping. When you had small habits like these, your sentences start to sound natural. They sound like real life. Let's look at two examples and compare them. Example 1. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I go to school. Example 2. I usually wake up around 7. I brush my teeth and take a warm shower to feel fresh. After that, I eat my breakfast and get ready for school. Sometimes I listen to music while getting dressed. It makes me happy and gives me energy. Both describe the same routine, but the second one feels alive. It shows your habits, your mood, and your energy. It's not just English. It's you in English. You can also use words that describe how often you do something. Words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never make your sentences interesting. I always eat breakfast. I usually go for a walk. I sometimes sleep late. I rarely watch TV. I never skip my morning coffee. These words help people imagine your life more clearly. Another simple way to make your daily routine sound interesting is to add time phrases. Use words like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, on weekends. These help you organize your story and make it easy to follow. For example, in the morning, I like to drink tea and read the news. In the afternoon, I take a short nap. At night, I watch my favorite show. On weekends, I go out with friends. If you want to sound even more natural, use small connectors that show your thoughts. You can use words like so, then, after that, also, and finally. For example, I wake up early so I can have a quiet breakfast. I finish work and then go for a walk. After that, I spend some time reading. I also help my family with dinner. Finally, I relax and go to sleep. Remember, your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound real. When you share small parts of your life, your likes, dislikes, and little stories, people will listen. They'll feel connected to you. That's what real communication is about. Here's something important. Don't be afraid to add your personality. If you're funny, add a funny line. I always press the snooze button 3 times before I wake up. If you're a dreamer, say, I like to sit quietly and think about my goals. If you're busy, say, my mornings are crazy, but I love it. These small touches make your English sound honest and full of life. You can also talk about special days. Not every day is the same. Maybe on weekends your routine changes. You can say, on Sundays, I wake up late. On Saturdays, I go out with my friends. Sometimes I visit my grandparents. This adds variety to your speech and shows that you can use English to describe real changes in your life. Here's a simple trick to practice. Close your eyes and imagine your day from start to end. See yourself waking up, getting ready, eating, working, relaxing, and sleeping. Now, describe each part in English. Add small feelings, habits, and reasons. Speak slowly and clearly. You will notice that your English becomes more colorful. It's okay if your sentences are not long or perfect. What matters is that they are true and full of emotion. People remember stories, not perfect grammar. So speak from your heart. When you talk about your daily routine in this way, something amazing happens. You start to feel more confident. You start to enjoy speaking English. It becomes part of your identity. It stops feeling like a school subject and starts feeling like a way to express yourself. That is real fluency. So now you know how to make your daily routine sound interesting and personal. You can show not just what you do, but who you are. You can use emotion, habits, and small details to make your English shine. In the next and final chapter, we will talk about how to practice every day so you can sound more natural and confident. This is where everything you've learned comes together. Stay with me because this last part will help you turn your learning into a real daily habit. Chapter 5. Practice every day and sound natural. Now you know how to talk about your daily routine. You have learned the words. You have learned how to connect your sentences. You have learned how to add feelings and make your speech interesting. That's amazing progress. But now comes the most important part. Practice. Practice is the key that opens the door to fluency. Without practice, even the best lessons don't work. Many learners know grammar rules, vocabulary, and phrases, but they still can't speak easily. Do you know why? Because they don't practice every day. They only study, but they don't speak. Speaking is a skill, and like any skill, you must train it daily to make it strong. Think about it like this. If you want to learn to play the guitar, you can't just read about it. You must hold it, touch it, and play it. The same is true for English. You can't only read or watch videos. You must open your mouth and use the language. When you practice speaking about your daily routine every day, your brain begins to think in English. You don't need to translate in your head. The words just come out naturally. That's how you start sounding fluent. Start small. You don't need long conversations. Just talk for a few minutes each day. For example, every morning when you wake up, say your routine out loud. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I eat breakfast. I go to work. Say it again and again until it feels easy. You can even talk to yourself while doing these actions. When you are brushing your teeth, say, I am brushing my teeth. When you are eating, say, I am eating breakfast. These small actions make your English part of your real life. You can also stand in front of a mirror and talk. Look at yourself and speak as if you are talking to someone else. Smile and speak with confidence. Don't worry about mistakes. Nobody is judging you. This is your time to practice freely. Another powerful method is to record your voice. Speak about your daily routine for 1 minute, then listen to it. At first, you may not like how you sound. It's normal. Everyone feels shy at first, but keep doing it. When you listen, you will start to notice your mistakes and improve them. You will also hear your progress. Each week, your voice will sound smoother, clearer, and more confident. If you have a friend who is also learning English, practice together. Ask each other simple questions. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you do after work? It's okay if you both make mistakes. Laugh, enjoy, and learn together. The more you speak, the faster you improve. And remember, you don't always need a partner to practice. You can practice with your phone camera. Just record yourself speaking about your day. Pretend you are making a small video blog. Talk naturally. Don't worry if you pause or repeat. Every second you speak in English makes you stronger. Make speaking part of your daily life. Choose one fixed time every day, maybe after breakfast or before bed. Spend just 5 minutes speaking in English about your day. You can say what you did, what you liked, and what you plan to do tomorrow. For example, today I went to school. I met my friends. I studied math. I was a little tired, but I enjoyed the class. Small, simple, and real. Over time, your brain will start to remember these sentences automatically. You will notice that you don't need to think too much before speaking. The words will just come. That's fluency. It's not about knowing big words. It's about speaking easily and confidently. You should also listen to English every day. Listen to short videos, songs, or podcasts. Try to notice how people connect words. Repeat after them. This is called shadowing. When you shadow, you copy the rhythm and tone of native speakers. It helps you sound more natural. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are your best teachers. Every mistake you make is one step closer to success. When you speak and make a mistake, you learn faster than someone who stays silent. Remember, this practice makes progress, not perfection. It's also good to write your daily routine every few days. Writing helps you think in English. You can write about what you did, how you felt, and what you learned. For example, today I woke up late because I was tired. I went to work and met my friends. I watched a movie in the evening. Writing makes your ideas clear, and when you read them aloud, your speaking becomes smoother. The most important thing is consistency. You don't have to practice for hours. Just practice every day, even for 5 minutes. Small steps taken every day create big results. One day, you will notice something amazing. You will speak without fear. You will express yourself freely. And you will realize that English is no longer a difficult subject. It has become a part of who you are. Speaking English is not only about grammar and vocabulary, it's about connection. It's about expressing your thoughts, dreams, and daily life with confidence. When you practice every day, you are not only improving your English, you are building your confidence, your discipline, and your future. Always remember, your daily life is your best English classroom. You don't need anything special. Your morning, your lunch, your walk, your work, your rest. All of these moments are opportunities to speak English. Use them, enjoy them, grow through them. So from today, make a promise to yourself. Speak in English every single day. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Even if you speak only a few sentences, do it with confidence. You will be amazed at how quickly your English improves. Now you have learned everything you need to talk about your daily routine, from words to sentences to emotions and daily practice. You have the tools to speak clearly and confidently. If this journey has helped you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more motivational story, and comment below. Tell me, how will you practice speaking about your daily routine from today? I would love to read your answers. Remember, you are learning, you are growing, and you are improving every day. Keep speaking, keep believing in yourself, and never stop learning. Your voice matters, and your English will shine brighter with every single word you speak.